Hey guys, and welcome back to Trials and Tribulations. Last time, I epically trolled you, and now we're gonna continue. But, according to the autopsy report... Oh, oops. My computer is too loud. Sorry. Okay. The cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt is sprouted from your testimony. Smack. What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? It's simple. Oh, is it now? People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? I hate you. A lot. Is that all you have to say? Coffee drink, whatever. I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. Objection! What, are you kidding? Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims that the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There certainly are some inconsistencies. Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? Would you stop smelling your coffee and keep talking? Jeez, stupid coffee drink. There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Yes, including touch. You use touch to taste bitterness. Because that's how that works, right? God. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said? Prosecutor Goto, explain yourself. The witness was quite unambiguous about what her that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. ... Exclamation point. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is eyeballs. I mean light. Yeah, just light. Light. Stop drinking your coffee. By the way, did you know? The Inner Temple has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is there training, the stone lantern in the garden is to always be lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to be nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. Oh, get it? Because light. Yes, that illuminating fact, chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Shrite? No! Okay. Smack, smack, smack. Order, 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 or dear! Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Ha 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 ha! I'll punch you in your mask. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? Ha! This lantern! There's something written on it! ... question mark? Why? It's written in blood! Oh boy! So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood? It says... It says Maya upside down! What the?
Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
Smack! It certainly looks that way.
Objection!
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about? What do you mean, what are we all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense! This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Could it be... he can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godo, anything further? Mr. Godo? Okay then, let's move on. Godo's literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. I believe it has now been established that Miss Donham was killed by Maya Fey. That's just wrong! Now that it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Stupid coffee drink. Let's hear it. We're all ears. Sister Iris's cover-up. Okay. Oh, boy.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Crane tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the Snowmobile to carry it back to Azakura Temple, and... I used the Shichishito to alter the way the wound looked.
Okay, that's actually pretty smart. Wouldn't have thought of that. Anyway, so you moved the body.
Yes, I was raised at Azakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Donham was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for the twist of fate, Your Honor, but it kind of amounts to the same thing, so who cares?
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but...
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. It does? None of this makes any sense. This is a freaking crazy trial. Could you imagine if something like this happened in real life? God. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please go ahead with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Alright. After Mystic Maya, or Mystic Me's... God, there's too many mystics here. Why can't we just say Elise and Maya? That'd be so nice. After Elise died, I called out to Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of Crane tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me, and I used the Snowmobile to carry it back to Azakura Temple, and... How about this? The Snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the Snowmobile to travel from Azakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. So, should I ask for more details? Let's see. We don't really need to know about the Snowmobile, I don't think. There's nothing too special about it. It was just used to move the body. The tracks was the issue the other day, so here, let's ask about those. If you really did move her body by Snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Azakura Temple.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? It's very important, obviously. Like all testimonies that you ever have to add, they're always important. Anyway. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped? that doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony. But does it have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if you allow her statements to be added to the record. Huh. This should be fun. Stop drinking coffee! You. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At the time the murder took place, snow had already stopped. Would it be weather data? Or, well, here, I'm going to press here just to be safe. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I trapped her this time. I see how you think. Snow, huh? What is going on here? If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it would mean there would be a bigger hole in her story than that. Really? It didn't mean there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie, The Grid, Revelations. I'm fairly certain. Wait. I'm fairly certain that's a Matrix Revelations. Or I forgot the name of the movies. It's like The Matrix Reloaded, was it? And then Revelations or Revolution? I don't remember. I never saw those movies, but I seem to. Someone point out what this is a reference to. I think it's The Matrix. I think. I don't know, but let me know if it is. Anyway. Well then, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us? Let's see what's up your sleeve. Or rather, at the end of your index finger. ... question mark? Alright. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. To alter the way the wound looked. Yeah. Okay. Someone already stopped. Alright. I would assume that it would be... Okay, well, wait. Here, let's see. Weather data. Okay. Snow to approximately 10:50 p.m. Now, let's see the autopsy report. Time 10:11. Okay. Well, the only thing related to snow would be the weather data, so I'm going to try this. Okay, snow 7 to approximately 10. Objection! Wait, what the hell? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Oops. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. Okay, I guess that wasn't what I needed to do. My bad. Ugh, I must be on the wrong I must be on the wrong track? Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Let me go all the way back. Let me see here. Okay. When Miss Louise died, I called Optimistic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future. Okay, so I removed the body timber myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Let me see. Let me see. I dragged it behind me across the Dusky Bridge. So okay. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. And then she was... When was she seen? I don't remember. God. This is really the only thing that relates, because we're talking so heavily about snow. I guess I'll try the weather data again? Because there was snow on the bridge. And I'm just gonna try it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, yeah, that was it. You claimed that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible.
What?
This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time,
Why do you say that?
because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and it caught on fire. Okay. Whatever. My memory's just not as good as Phoenix's, I guess.
What did you say? The bridge? It was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
It looks like you still haven't figured it out yet. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. Maybe a fake one, but not a real one.
No!
Order! 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 The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way she could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patience has limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Coffee cup. Old man. Wow, really? Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? What does that mean? No, I'm just kidding. The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Donut was discovered in Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating that Elise Donut's body. He makes a good point, on both accounts.
That's right. I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy.
You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection!
It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, Wright, maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Ugh. Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt-out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. Wow, I was talking fast. See what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Anyway. Smack. Alright then. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? Hopefully. Anyway, ... Yeah, shut up. And you didn't even say anything and I'm telling you to shut up.
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge?
Okay, that absolutely answers nothing. Okay. So it's just a misunderstanding. I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burned to a crisp. And one of the suspension wires is gone. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Yup. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Dusky Bridge photo added to the court record. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. Maya will be accused of murder. That's right. I'm only going to say it one more time. ... exclamation point? It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our way. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Smack. All right, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. We shall. Next time. So, I'll see you guys then, where we deal with this one last testimony from Iris. So see you then.